When we were in the seminary, we lived with Father Angelus Lafleur. Father Angelus was advanced in years, many trips around the sun. A lot of wisdom. And Father Angelus was fond of saying, "The Lord writes straight with crooked lines." Think about that for a moment. The Lord writes straight with what? Sometimes it looks like crooked lines to us, amen? Sometimes it seems like we're not sure where the Lord is leading us, but we just know that somehow the Lord is leading us to where we need to be. The Lord writes straight with crooked lines. Are you ready for a test? I'm going to draw two imaginary lines with my finger. You tell me which one is shorter. We're going to go from point A right here. Everyone see point A? To point B right here. Two lines. Which is shorter? Ready? The first line starts at point A and goes straight to point B. Did you see it? Yes. The second line starts at point A and isn't so straight. Which line was shorter? Line A or line B? Turn to the person beside you and tell them which line was shorter. You're sure? Of course. The shortest distance between 2 points is what? A straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And sometimes some of us go straight to God, and isn't it true that some of us or some of our family members and friends, their journey is a little more circuitous, right? But God writes straight with crooked lines, amen? It's Advent, and we're getting ready to celebrate the coming of Christ. And today's readings ask us, how difficult are we making it for Christ to come into our hearts and into our lives? How difficult are you making it for Christ to come into your heart and into your life? How difficult are you making it? Are you sending God on a journey that goes like this? Oh, come, Lord. Oh, but not quite yet. Right? Are you putting up mountains of anger or resentment or whatever it is between you and God? Are you filling your heart with so many things that God can't even get in? Or are we taking seriously the words of today's first reading and the words of today's gospel? Because in today's first reading, what does the prophet Baruch say? Take off any garments of mourning and misery, take them off. About that mourning, that misery that you have in your hearts, take it out to be able to create room for Christ. Amen? Do it. It's the holiday season. That grudge that you're carrying, put it aside already. Make room in your hearts for Christ. St. Paul tells us in today's second reading, his letter to the Philippians, my prayer for you is this, that your love might increase day after day. Your love might grow. That's the only prayer that I have for you, you Philippians, you, that your love might increase. Here at Holy Family, we're in the flight path of the Austin Bergstrom International Airport, right? Sometimes you see the planes flying overhead. Think about it for a moment. When planes are coming to land, do we try to land planes on roller coasters? That would be a little difficult. We create runways that are long and straight. Could you imagine trying to land a plane on a curvy path? Which is why Baruch and Luke, today's readings from Baruch and Luke, talk about making straight the path so that the Lord can come straight into our hearts and straight into our lives. If there are mountains between you and God, these weeks of Advent is a time to take a look at those mountains and start chipping away at them. Amen? Get rid of them. If there are any dark valleys in your life, now is the time to put aside the mourning and the misery and start filling in those valleys so that the Lord can come straight into your heart and into your life. If you're erecting mountains of busyness, oh, I need to work on the Christmas cookies and the shopping and the decorations and everything. Wait a minute. How is Christ going to come straight into your heart if your heart is filled with so many other worries? Brothers and sisters, today's readings are a challenge. For us to grow in love from day to day, says St. Paul, we've got to open our hearts and our lives in some way so that Christ can come straight into them this holiday season. Are you ready for the Advent challenge of clearing the mountains, filling the valleys, and creating a runway so that this Christmas Christ can come right into our hearts and make our lives different?